Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hollow Knight All Skills Tournament. We have... Oh, what happened? Alright, we got... Anyway, we have Blue versus Viz today. It's actually interesting what we have, because Blue is 3-0, so 3 wins, 0 losses, and Viz is 2-1. This happens just because we don't have an even number of people that are 3-0, so someone that's 3-0 has to play someone that's not 3-0, more or less. But I don't think Blue has a huge advantage here, because Blue's PB time is a high 52. I think it's a 52 4x. And Viz's PB time is a 50, again, I want to say a 54x or a 55x, a high 50, so almost a 2-minute lead from Viz in terms of their PB time. I am Palm, and I'm commentating here with Retro Dude.
Hello.
Alright, there's the intro, there's the intro spiel. I've read off my script that I don't have, so I'm going to start kind of as we are on the hour, and then we'll get off. Looks like Blue might be going to the bathroom real quick, so it might be just a couple minutes more. Should be starting pretty soon. I'm pretty excited for this too. Two good racers, obviously, kind of a 3-0 part of the bracket. 3-0 versus 2-1, which I don't know if we've seen before, people with different records playing each other, but either way, a very high-tier game. I expect both these guys will probably get, I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, but probably sub 55 or so. I don't know. What do you expect for final times for a race from that?
Let's see. I'd say probably a 50. I don't think that like a 54 or obviously I haven't seen many races, so I don't know how much it really differs usually, but how much do you say would vary from their PB to their race time usually?
I think with someone like Viz, it might vary by more, just because the time is lower. I expect Blue to actually get pretty close to this race time. I expect Blue with like a 52 or 53. Viz, I almost could guarantee a 51. It's so hard to get a 50 and match your PB. Also, worth correcting what I said earlier. I did say Viz had a 54x. What I meant was a 50:4x, so 50 minutes and 40-something seconds, which verbally sounds the exact same as 54 minutes.
Yeah, that happens.
Anyway, they're counted down. They should get started after a little bit of stream delay, and yeah, looks like we're there.
All right.
Welcome to the wonderful world of King's Pass. I think we're restarting because Viz's timer is definitely at 0. We're just gonna ping them real quick.
Yeah.
Your timer isn't going. And then Viz and Blue, if you're listening in chat, I don't know if you guys are listening to the streams, but I did ping you guys. We're gonna have to restart because Viz's timer didn't start. You can see it's just riding at 0 there. Yeah. It's nothing too much to worry about.
We're only in King's Pass.
Yeah. The reason we do have to care about those timers and we can't measure real time is because Hollow Knight loads actually differ depending on how good your computer is. We do have load normalizer to try and equalize that, but the most assured way is just to not time the load. So you see, for example, when Blue went through that load, his timer paused. So we do have that loadless timer to keep the race fair.
Plus, a loadless timer gives you a smaller number, which always makes it look cooler.
It looks like they're just about ready again. Viz might be resetting his game. He just tested it. Yeah, okay. Yep, no big deal. Only a couple minutes that we're gonna redo. It's just King's Pass. No one really cares. Plus, we get to see King's Pass twice. And isn't that an absolute joy?
It's the best part of the entire game. That's why you play through it so many times.
We're counting them down for the second time. We have go, so after the stream delay, they should be off. Blue can't resist his resetting addiction. It's incredible. Even in a race, Blue gets to reset.
I mean, if you keep that lead.
I was actually watching. I didn't realize, like a week ago or a month ago or something, Blue took the Aluba percent NMG 1221 recce, which is definitely like the most reset heavy category.
I have my eyes on Aluba percent. I tried running it the other day and I died to Hornet like 5 times. I don't know what was up.
Yeah, Aluba percent's been memed a lot. So Aluba percent, for those who don't know, is killing the Aluba after the Hornet fight. It takes around 8 minutes, a little over. The people have done Altuba percent, if I can pronounce that, where you kill
Aluba?
the Hornet Aluba and the one in... What happened to Viz?
Oh,
He's on debug. We'll get there, I promise. We're giving Blue his resets. Look. We might see 3
Yeah.
Kings pass. It'll depend if Blue finishes this one. Also, was that the Windows sound from Viz's stream? Oh yeah, so Blue's telling us in chat he got, and you'll see it here in a couple seconds, he got a 53XX Kings pass, so he wants the restart this time. I'm happy Viz noticed, because it was in the top left of his screen, and I was too busy blabbering about Aluba percent I didn't even know. Someone said in chat, thank you chat. Chat knows.
Chad always knows.
I swear. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm getting my countdown experience in today.
Yeah. Counting takes a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm. What is happening?
Looks like Viz's timer is...
Uh-oh.
And there's a Windows sound.
He said I swear in Discord. I'm scared. Okay, I guess it just wasn't capturing. I was scared we were gonna go for a 4th. This might be race reset, Reki. I don't even know if we've had a race in the All-Skills tournament where we've reset once, much less twice.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember one, but I also haven't seen all of them at all, so... I'm sure people can correct me. 3 resets on a CP one? Ah, I see. Alright. This is not reset, Reki. You hate to see it.
No. Is it the 1-2-2-1 reset Reki though?
As far as I know, but again, I haven't seen like most of the races probably. It's still not as bad as like the rando tourney. The rando tourney was like such an issue, such a such a something to set up because SpeedGaming had to do the bingo board as well, and that's such a pain.
I mean, randomizers are kind of janky from the start.
Yep. Yeah, and the other thing is like, whereas in this we have to make sure that they're not on debug, and that's pretty much the only criteria. In the randomizer we had to check their mods, and it was like 8 specific mods you had to have between randomizer, bench warp, load normalizer, and data trackers. I don't remember. I just have a folder and I've never looked in that thing for a year.
Yeah. I mean, when you're doing a modded race, you got to make sure that they have the right mods.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you are just joining us now, we're like 8 minutes past the hour. We've had 2 resets. Viz was having some problems with the timer and then was accidentally in debug mod, but we're fine. We're getting started here. Not too late. I have nowhere to be.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have signed up if I had anywhere to be.
Fair point. We're actually out of King's Pass. We're just simulating the resets that you get in a normal run.
Yeah. Just to pay tribute to all of the practice that goes into this.
Blue gets double spike. Viz also gets double spike. I think one of them got hit on the Grez drop, or maybe both of them. Viz is about a second ahead, so maybe Blue got hit. I remember hearing the Grez getting hit and not remembering who actually got hit.
I assume it's Blue, since he's the one who has taken damage.
You know, that's a really good way to tell.
Yeah.
Or Viz healed. I find this hard to believe.
Yeah, I would know that healing puts you a bit, it loses a bit of time.
Yeah, there are definitely splits where we will see, or can see, I should say, I don't know if we will, safety heals. This is not one of those splits. This is one of the easiest splits as you might expect from the very start of the game.
Especially since you get those easy heals during False Night.
Blue with a rough placement of that first guy on the ground too. Those enemy
Yeah.
placements are mostly RNG, but it's only a couple seconds. Blue's behind Viz. Even False Knight jumping left, first, right could swing that.
Yeah. There's a lot of RNG that goes into the game.
Yep.
Sometimes it just doesn't want to work with you.
Yeah, All Skills kind of known for one of the categories with less RNG. Any percent's not too bad either, I think, but All Skills has kind of been, you know, considered around the community the quote-unquote movement category or the skill-based category or something like that.
I like how Blue goes to a hit False Knight just because he can.
TE muscle memory, you love to see it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, even there, like we were saying, oh, Blue...
Blue! It happens to the best of us.
It happens so much. It especially happens if you're on gold pace for VS, then you're required to miss that jump.
It's always the small jumps.
Sorry, go ahead.
You just stop pressing A for just a millisecond too short.
Was that like 3 seconds lost to that from Blue? I think they were about even going away from False Knight Room. Maybe Blue was
Yeah.
a second behind, now Blue's 4 seconds behind or something.
You hate to see it, but it happens.
331 versus 335. Yeah, 331 from Viz is quite good. Viz executed it fine. I don't think there were any problems with it. He got a good dresser drop, he got a good King's Pass. He just had False Knight jump right. But yeah, those times, I mean, it's the same thing as when I compare my own splits to like Reki or Comsob or something like that. A 335 from Blue is still like very close to the Comsob of a high 327. Like Blue's within like 8 seconds. And the more you compare like late game splits and you're like, this split's 1 minute and I'm losing 10 seconds. Maybe I shouldn't care about VS so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Viz is getting ruined here. What? 5? 6 spit? I think that's 6 spit.
Evening up the score.
Oh yeah, it'll put Blue ahead. It's ridiculous.
It doesn't matter too much when we're this early in the run.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, 6 spit on average spits through like 1.5 seconds or so. So you're losing like 7.5 seconds to 6 split. I think Blue got second spit, so it was 6 seconds, I think. But yeah, Blue did have that like a 4-second deficit, and now it's probably going to be something like a 2-second deficit for Viz, if I can do math. Viz is down a soul. He needs that, yeah. Coming into green path here. Oh, my bottle cap just rolled across the table. I don't know how audible that was. Yeah, coming into green path, we go for fireball skips. Blue misses his. We'll see if Viz can get it. The idea is to stall yourself in the air and push yourself left, as Viz does very nicely there. So a little bit of time save for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hesitate to say All Skills is known for having a small amount of RNG, because I think that's kind of the consensus, or at least was the consensus. But I do think as we're getting more and more optimized, that's starting to change. Because of the main like 4 or 5 categories, All Skills was easily the least optimized for a long time. But as runs are getting better and better, we're starting to care more and more about stuff like Soul Master RNG.
Yeah, as the movement becomes tighter, that little RNG time save can add up.
Yeah, these guys are actually even. We see it from Rick's in chat. They were even entering green path. They both got the second fireball skip without any problems, so they're still, you know, within a second on each room transition.
And they hit that fireball skip, no problems.
Yep. Yeah, both of them doing pretty well. Here we come to the Moss Charger. We'll see if they can get a double hit here. Ideally, you only want to use 2 fireballs. Blue has enough soul for all 3 if he needs it. You'll see that 1 hit there gets him to full, but he gets it in only 2, so it'll save him some soul for the next turn. And Viz...
does not get the back hop.
Yeah, he went pretty early. I don't know if that was an attempt to do it in 2 fireballs, or if he just wanted to shoot all 3 as fast as possible. I think it was an attempt, but it looked early to me.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not the end of the world. You just need a few more hits in this room. You'll see Viz doing stuff like that, where he's back swinging, losing a small, tiny amount of time just to turning around. Viz gets good Blue gets good RNG on the Moss Knights. We'll see how Viz fares. Good RNG.
Good RNG until the Moss Knight decides to block and slash forward.
Yeah, at least the second one was on the left side of the screen, though. That's what we care about the most for that.
Yeah, so that they both get hit by the fireballs.
Looks like even with that single Blue, you gotta jump, brother. Looks like Viz is ahead by about 2 seconds coming into the Hornet fight. Not a great start to the fight for Blue.
Viz is doing a bit better. Hornet is staying still, mostly.
That's an interesting strat what Viz just did. Blue getting hit by the needle. Yeah, not the cleanest of fights from Blue. Viz's doesn't look exceptional, but it looked better. I think Blue had some rough RNG in the beginning and didn't handle it too well, if I can speak. So yeah, maybe a 4-second difference between them on Cloak. Still, nothing too big. A lot of the time saved, time lost will come later, especially in those areas like Peaks, Soulmaster, THK, Abyss Climb.
When you don't have any movement abilities, the movement is generally less tight.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I always thought, like, people get closer to comp sub in the first split just because it's practiced so much. Like, everyone runs the first split so many times, which is probably partially true, but I think you make a good point in that, like, the less stuff you have, the less movement you have, the less options you have, the harder it is to do, like, well, to mess up or to do optimal strats, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah. More abilities means more opportunities to go fast or sometimes mess up.
The Galaxy Wings with the prediction Blue going for the current patch E-Pogo. That is scary. He doesn't have nearly the soul to do it. In fact, normally you see what Viz is doing here, going over the top side of this room to get 3 hits of soul. Blue didn't do that. I don't know if that's muscle memory or if he has plans to get soul later. He can probably get it later. It's also slower. Yeah, the CP E-Pogo on 1221 is questionable.
Which current patch E-Pogo? There's like 7.
That's true. That's true. Any of them. I mean, like, they're all terrible. Actually, Methula's isn't too bad. Yeah, Blue ends up with enough soul. You saw him being able to use the fireball once on those enemies above. And no CPE Pogo, you love to see it.
I'm a sucker for current patch.
Viz a little tighter on that E-Pogo. You saw that dash have to clip him over the ledge, but he still gets there. About still 5-second lead on Blue. Both these guys having a pretty clean fungal waste. That's rough from Viz. Oh, wait, no, he does it this way. Yeah, I forgot.
Viz does not get as good of Mantis Pogo. Still gets a Mantis Pogo.
Yeah, I was really scared watching him come into that, because for the double dash, his setup was terrible, and I'm like, oh no, he must have messed this up. But that is the Pogo that Viz intentionally goes for. Probably one of the last runners to do anything other than double dash. I think double dash has become very popular. But I don't blame him. I mean, I do the same kind of thing, just not with Mantis Pogo, where if you know a strat, even if it's maybe a little harder or a little slower or whatever, if it's minimal enough, like, you just want to get out of early game, you just want to get to Claw, you don't really care if you're losing a second to that Mantis Pogo.
Yeah. So sometimes you go for different strats. Sometimes I like strats that people will go for just to show off.
Swag strats. Alright, hot take. Is underplat a swag strat?
I think every underplat is a swag strat.
Good. We can be friends. Is Pogax a swag strat? These are some moral questions.
I mean, Pogax actually has Pog in the name. No one can debate.
Definitely no. No, yes, yes. It saves time. Yeah, you can save time on swag strats.
What's your favorite underplat?
QG underplat. It's like the only one I go for. I guess I could do Dream Sequence Underplat too.
I
actually
like Dream
ahead.
Sequence
Yeah.
Underplat.
Dream Sequence is fun. QG Underplat I actually don't think is too hard. Like, I think the setup in some ways is even easier than doing the normal QG, but I still wouldn't really say it's worth it. There's a bit of a geo difference here too, by the way. Blue at 187 geo is 15 geo behind Viz at 202. 202 is kind of where you want to be. Even 202 might be considered a little bit low. 187 is a problem. That's very low geo.
You might need to kill a few extra enemies.
They both get Shade Skip. You love to see it, as we'd kind of expect. I expect the time will be pretty similar too. Both of them had okay Grezzer cleanups. Both of them got Shade Skip. And I know Viz was ahead by 5 seconds coming into the Claw split, but he lost probably a second or two on that Mantis Pogo. We can see Blue come into this room at 12:04. We'll see when Viz does it.
I don't think you hit that lever, do you? I think that's some any percent muscle memory.
Yeah, that was definitely muscle memory. It's interesting because he hit the Soul Totem too, it looks like. Oh no, he might.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Wait, did he? I don't know. He hit something.
Yeah. I love how we just go past the Dream Nail. It always feels just kind of disrespectful to the Dream Nail.
I mean, thankfully Blue did go past the Dream Nail. If you get up to, like, if you're having the muscle memory to go hit that lever, it's very easy to just continue to Dream Nail at that point. Are they running without load normalizer? I don't think so. If they are, we're pretty fortunate that their times are fairly close together. Actually, that was a really short load from Viz. It's possible they're running without load normalizing.
It shouldn't be too huge of a problem, though.
I don't know. I think they might have load normalizer on, actually. Because it's a small difference, and I could see this difference just being Viz's computer, like, his loads might be longer than 2 seconds occasionally, so even with load normalizer, he's not able to keep up with Blue.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's only like, what, 15-second difference? That's pretty manageable. Blue shakes his mouse around, now behind by about 15 seconds, actually. Probably frustrated about going up and hitting that lever.
Yeah.
Why did Blue Fireborn? I don't know what doing a Fireborn is. Back in my day. Go ahead.
All I can think of when hearing doing a Fireborn is not getting the Beast Den grub.
That's possible too. I could think of it as... Oh, Blue misses the pogo there, unfortunately. I could see it as... Oh, Blue dunks too. The health shouldn't matter too much, but it's annoying time loss just for this soul. I'm surprised Blue goes for that. Because you should only need like 1 or maybe 2 hits. Blue ending up with 3 hits of soul going into the Hopper's room. It's because he doesn't get an extra hit there. Yeah, okay, so Blue with a slightly different strat than what we come to expect with the Hoppers.
We were concerned about Blue's Geo before, but it looks like he has the 800 he needs at the moment.
Yeah, he gets the dash slash. Go
ahead. For the time being, he's alright.
Yeah, another 5 seconds being gained from Viz there. Viz now ahead by 20 seconds going into the dash slash room. But fortunately behind 20 seconds in terms of the timer, so we do get this nice sync up. Falling before G-Husk? Oh. Ew. Yeah, I completely missed that. Apparently Blue fell before Gorgeous Husk.
Huh. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Or maybe I just thought it was intentional. And maybe it was.
Yeah, I wonder if it's another thing. I wonder how long it's been since Blue has done like a full all skills run. Because we see stuff like that with hitting the Dream Nail lever and possibly just intentionally going the wrong way in City. So I wonder if it's muscle memory from other stuff he's been running. But in any case, it's about a 20-second lead and about a 20-second Geo lead as well for Viz. 7 Geo... I don't know. It's rough. You can make it so you don't lose too much time from only having 7 Geo. But you need to get pretty good Geo drops, and you're probably going to lose a little bit of time to something like Viz with 26 Geo anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes the being behind just stacks up.
Yeah, and again, Blue with a PB of 52 XX and Viz with a 50 XX, like it's gonna be really hard regardless.
It's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Blue got a nice Soul Twister spawn, I feel.
Yep, yeah, they both got decent spawns. They both elect to end with 3 soul, which is fine. They're gonna come up here. This is why we have dash slash through that, hit the lever, and then they'll get soul back here. So they're at like 4 or 5 soul now, which should be okay for the soul, what are they called? Soul Twister fight?
Warrior.
Soul Warrior, thank you. Blue not taking the Soul Warrior stop? Oh. Oh. That's big trouble for Blue. Yeah, he has no Geo. 51 to 7 is quite a difference. Gets the gate storage though, you'll love to see it. And gets that one. Blue is very good at those gate storages.
There's another use of dash slash.
Yep. Both of them with not like the perfectly optimal, but a pretty clean Soul Warrior fight. I almost said Soul Twister again. And both of them having a lot of HP. A pretty fortunate Sanctum for both of them. They're both at 4 HP, which is, you know, obviously 1 left than what you'd ideally want, but they didn't get stopped for too long. Sanctum RNG do be blessed. Viz also with a triple gate storage, by the way. Why did Blue message? Uh-oh. Blue message throwing in chat, and now the air is tense. Yeah, dying here is a huge time loss. That was a good fight. Blue handling it very well, getting a lot of doubles. Viz also getting a very good fight. I think Viz's fight was even faster than Blue's. I think also Viz got a little better RNG though. They both look very practiced with that fight. Nah, just in general. Jeez. Blue is terrifying us. The second phase of the Soul Master can be done in many ways. What Blue was doing at least, tends to be the standard way with the up slashes. Viz electing for a side slash after. Blue also with the quicker second phase. Both because fewer dives. Like, Viz got max dives there, which you don't want to see if you're doing Viz's strat. But also, Blue, like, killed before Soul Master started throwing the balls.
Yeah, there's still about 20s, or maybe 25 seconds.
It was like 54, right? So like 15 seconds? Seems like 15 to me, yeah. So where did Blue just save that much time? Was that just phase 2 of Soul Master? This is 100% losing time on this, by the way. He goes for dash slash storage, misses the dash slash. Oh no. This is not it. Oh no. Viz really struggling with the movement in that room. Blue gets through it much cleaner, and again, that's more time saved for Viz, or for Blue, excuse me. Blue's still tons of Geo behind. That's a very good point. Blue's Geo is going to be a problem, and this is where it's going to manifest. He needs a lot of Geo in like the 2 rooms where we gather Geo on the way to King Station. Viz only needs 40. But he needs pretty good luck on the Shade Soul that's coming in a couple rooms, as well as the dive plus nail hits plus shade soul, whatever you want to do after breaking the floor. We'll see what he elects to do here. He's hoping that that 5 isn't under that guy. It is, and he only has 1 health, so he can't even risk it. He got a decent amount of Geo because the last guy died to the Shade Soul, but he still did miss the 5 and a few spare ones under the Great Husk. This is going to be rough. Trying to get 50 Geo from this dive is a task.
Yeah, he might need to run back and forth a little.
We'll see if he kills... Yeah, that's a smart kill. Because he has the soul for it, too.
Yeah, and it's not too out of the way.
This needs to die, right? And then he's good? Oh, he barely makes it. So yeah,
it's all calculated.
Killing the one enemy before, and you'll see Viz here just immediately start dashing right, but killing the one enemy before the dive floor and all the enemies after the dive floor gets blue to exactly 300 Geo. All the spawns were right. Yeah, he got all the enemies.
Look, if an enemy has money, you need money.
Blue hits the bell at about 54. I'm sure Vix will give us these timings too in chat. And Viz at about 34. So we did say that lead got down to 10 seconds. Or sorry, hits the bell at like 37. So that lead did get down to 10 seconds for a little bit. It looks like it's back up to about 17 in favor of Viz.
They are heading into peaks, which means they're gonna have to do some good movements.
Yeah, and backtracking a bit, I see what Gwonky's saying in chat. I also saw that where Blue was at 291 plus 10 Geo, and then Hollow Knight had trouble doing math, and he ended up at 300 in the next round.
The way that it counts up Geo is weird sometimes.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's like double counting, like you already have some Geo, but it's also adding that Geo.
Yeah, it's probably that. I've seen that very often.
Because I've never seen, as far as I know, I've never seen it go under or over. Depending on how you look at it. Hold on, Blue's doing Pogax. This is more important. Nice.
Yo!
Ooh, Viz is doing Pogax. This is also more important. Viz gets a bad throw, but he makes it do. He makes it do. Yeah, sure, whatever.
He makes it do what he wants to.
Yeah, there you go.
Work with the words you have.
Work with the words your mouth says is such good advice. Viz was a much cleaner room here, yeah.
He misses the God Pixel.
He misses the God Pixel, but he did get a chance at it, and he probably did save time just from going left side there as opposed to Blue, who had to go around right.
Probably.
IFLL. Did Blue do dash slash storage? No, unfortunately. We'll see if Viz tries it. Doesn't look like it. I didn't see the dash slash animation play, so Viz is just going to say, it didn't work the first time. I'm just going to dash for that lever. Which loses very little time. Jeez, Blue forgot to charge the dash slash, so instead Blue just does double dash. Absolutely styles on us. Whereas Viz forgets to do dash slash and instead decides to just lose the half a second or second or whatever it is by going over. He does that intentionally? Dude, what? How could you possibly find that easier than dash slash?
Viz got underplat.
Absolute swag strat. Viz does that on purpose too. No one's charging dash slash for that room? SMH.
It's free time save, people.
It's free time save.
You just hold the button. It's not that hard.
Comparing the times into that room, it looks like Viz saved a little bit of time. Viz now 21 seconds ahead. Credit to Blue, though. After his mistakes in City of Tears and then the Acid Dunk after that, he was behind 20 seconds. And Geo, and he's still only behind 20 seconds, so he's definitely keeping pace here.
Viz!
Yeah, well now I'm rooting for blue.
Yeah.
So that's to reset the
I somehow
room.
had a feeling that Viz would do that.
Both going for dash strats because they're both good at the game. Crazy. And they'll both get it. Nice
I
dark room.
failed C dash strats like 10 times yesterday. I just forgot how to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing with that dark room. If you haven't practiced it in a little bit and your muscle memory is just like, nah, not feeling it today, like, you're ruined. You're in so much trouble. Viz goes for this little pogo, which I hate. It's way too precise. This game bad. And blue gets hit once, but he's still at 2 HP. Viz at 4, he's perfectly fine. But they both have enough HP to do the, what do you even call this trick?
Early control, I
Yeah,
guess you would call it.
That's true.
Descending dark early control.
I believe it. You've convinced me.
I like how they just slide.
Yeah, it's a weird series of animations that play here. And Viz gaining even more time, it looks like almost a 30-second lead for him. That comes from blue resetting the room, and a little bit also from Viz doing that left side pogo strat in Crystallized Mound, whereas blue went around, and I believe got hit once as well.
Yeah, I think he got hit by a platform even.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary in that room. I mean, you can so easily get hit by either a platform or one of the Crystal Hunters, and then just get hit into a hazard respawn, and then either die or have 1 HP and not be able to do the early control.
Yeah. Viz descending darks off the platform because he has the soul for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fun strat for any new runners. It's technically slightly faster to use D-Dark there as opposed to inventory dropping if you have the soul. We normally don't see people carry that soul over because it is slower to get 3 nail hits of soul and then do the D-Dark, but if you have it, why not?
Yo, Dream Plat's under Plat.
Yeah, they both got it. Yeah, overall a really nice performance from both of them in peaks. I think the only real issue was blue having to restart that dark room, but other than that, things went pretty much according to plan.
Yeah, and they are just over 30 seconds apart. Or just under.
Yeah, they're just about 30 seconds apart, and they're on the same screens. Viz might struggle here. Okay, he's fine. His first dash was low. You could hear the wall jump, but he ends up making it work. I think, as minimal as it is, I think right there is a pretty good description of kind of blue versus Viz, what they did with the 3 hits on the Rava there. You see Viz doing a slightly slower strat to get those 3 hits, climbing the right wall and then waiting, whereas blue does the faster strat, but he messes up a little bit. Blue tends to go for a lot of those like newer, more optimal strats, but Viz tends to be more consistent, having run the game for a lot longer and doing a lot of older strats a lot of the time.
Yeah. Now it's time for an easy Watcher Knights fight. It's no 106 or 112%, but it's definitely not any percent.
Viz does better strats, you can just say it. He does more consistent strats. Blue with a little bit faster second cycle. Viz got a lot of rolls away, and here's Blue's rolls away on the 3rd cycle. None of this is what you want from Blue. And Viz gets them grouped up, another D-Dark, and just gets the guy before he rolls away. So pretty even fight between the two of them. Oh, boom, we're not better. I can't read.
No one really can.
True. Reading's a myth.
If you say that you can read, you're lying.
So yeah, we've kept the audio on Viz the whole time, just worth mentioning in case anyone's wondering in chat. Palm is cancelled. Oh, Palm is can't read. I read Palm is cancelled. But the reason it's on Viz is just because Viz is ahead in the race, and we generally keep it on whoever's ahead.
It would be very disorienting to have 2 audio tracks playing at the same time.
Both runners are like talking in chat. I'm assuming during this Lurian cutscene, there's a bunch of time where you don't really need to do anything. Blue trying to set a dream gate? Question mark. Was that early
It
control?
might have been.
Yeah.
I think Blue was charging up Dreamnail to make sure that he got Lurian.
Oh. What? In 112 you Dreamgate there? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I didn't think you could early control that. There are places later in the run, or I don't know in all schools if there's multiple, but there's at least one, where you use Dreamnail to get early control. Because after loading in, using Dreamnail will actually let you move earlier than not using Dreamnail for some odd reason. Something animation cancels. What the heck did Viz just land on?
He landed on right where the edge of the glass would sit if it was still there.
Blue first try spike tunnel, nice. See how Viz does. Both from getting it first try, you love to see it. Blue's saying he's playing poorly, but definitely like for a mid-high 52, this is a very good pace he's keeping up. Again, keeping with Viz for this race.
And they hit QGA 2.0 just fine. And they get the Whurmf early control.
Mm-hmm. Both of them getting it. Not too much to say here. They're just doing too well. it's exactly what you want to see from both of them. I think they both first tried all 3 skips, right? Yeah, they must have.
Yeah, they did. When I was practicing that last night, it took me like 15 or 20 minutes. So, bravo to them.
Yeah. C-dash across here. They're going to hit a bench soon, so it doesn't matter what health they're at. Fortunately for both of them, they're at 4 health, so who cares? And after this, we're going to see the broken vessel split. I expect Viz might actually save some time on Blue on the broken vessel split. I know he's pretty adept at these boss fights, especially with Hornet 2 coming up after. We see predictions in chat a lot of times. What streamers will do is predict how many times you get hit by Mollerks and predict how many tries the basin skip will take.
Every time that I play this like casually, I would just kill every Mollerk, and then I learned you can just run past them with next to no consequences except RNG.
Yep, yeah, I think it was found that like a lot of these Mollerks you can avoid just by doing precise timings. We'll see if Blue goes for it here. He doesn't do the timing that I know. I don't know if he has his own. It looks like not. That's scary. 1 HP Blue is. He might heal once or twice even. Viz is safer at 4. Blue misses the first skip. Viz misses the first skip. Blue gets the second, and Viz gets the second. 2 second try basin skips. And Blue heals 2 here, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, in this race setting, healing only 1 there is very scary.
That early fireball.
Yep, they both find the double at the beginning. If you're fireballing to the left, as they both did, you're not going to get the second double. Biz with a nice fight, though. He's already gotten double Blue early on the fireball. You hate to see it. Neither of them getting an opportunity for D-Dark yet, because none of the headbanging attacks have happened. It looks like Blues was about to start it, but he hits it too fast, and Viz with a very quick fight. Oh, those fireballs are so early, Blue. You're so used to Lostkin, brother.
Ooh, is Blue doing a swag C-dash? Oh, he misses it.
He's trying. So yeah, 50 for Viz, 3150. Viz gets wings, and Blue will be back at 32-33. So over a 40-second difference now. Viz actually did save quite a bit on the base.
Now where are they heading next? Is it Cyclone Slash?
Well, next is Hornet 2. And that's another
Aw.
split that Viz is very well known for having a very good Hornet 2. Again, he's played this game for a long time. He's in a lot of Hornet 2 fights, both in All Skills and True Ending. You have almost the same fight. All Skills does have D-Dark, but actually fairly minimal difference. Yeah, and you see there with Rix's timing, 17 seconds lost from Blue, by Blue, to Viz, something like that, on the Broken Vessel split. So it looks like Viz doesn't hit the first Bellfly. Blue doesn't as well. I know it's been kind of a newer strat to hit that first Bellfly, being the exploding orange bird things. But neither of them go for it. The reason it helps you so much in All Skills specifically is because when you have to go back from Hornet 2, you have to walk back, or more appropriately, C-dash back, and that guy's not going to be in your way. Plus, you know, one hit of Soul before Hornet 2, no one's complaining. Blue actually getting 2 hits of Soul here compared to Viz's 0.
Yeah, he can probably hit and then immediately Fireball.
Yeah, if he wants to, he might fish for doubles. Viz is in a rougher spot. A nice dash from Viz, actually. Getting enough Soul for 1 Fireball, almost 2, and a really quick stagger. And another stagger there. Very smart to know his hit counts. Hornet was about to hit him, but he decided to... Or he knew that she would stagger instead. Viz taking a little bit of damage here. Blue as well, both of them on 3 HP. Blue on 2 and Viz on 2, I should say. This is a little more than you'd expect to take from the Hornet 2 fight, maybe? This is close to done with the fight. This is done there. It looks like on my end, Blue's stream froze. Is that my internet, or SpeedGaming internet, or Blue internet?
Blue... Yeah, I don't know. It's not your internet, I'll tell you.
I'll take it. Did Blue crash? This is a big uh-oh.
This is an uh-oh.
His stream is fine. SpeedGaming internet. Are they freezing for sync? Oh! People are so smart. Blue at 1 HP deciding to stagger Hornet there. Oh my god, how did he not die? 1 hit, it's a stagger.
Oh.
He knew it too. He knew 1 hit was a stagger, but he couldn't get his nail out in time. Oh, it hurts. That's really rough. So that's going to take it from like a 40-second difference to like a 3-minute difference or something like that.
Yeah.
Calm Curse. What did I do?
You said I think you mentioned him about to die
Well, that was after he got to
when
1
he was
HP.
on 1
I take no credit.
HP.
You said how did he not? I said how did he not die after he was at 1 HP. That doesn't count as a comms curse, for the record. But yeah, Viz was mentioning earlier in chat. I forget if we mentioned it or I just read it. Oh, excuse me. They did agree to play without load normalizer because it does mess up some cycles a little bit. People have differing opinions on it. It tends to be nice to keep the runners in sync, but for this race at least, only a 30-second difference, 35 minutes into the run isn't too bad. A poor dunk from Blue. He might take
a fun
bench.
time.
He might take the bench here. Yeah. Viz with a little bit of struggles of his own. So as a reminder, as we mentioned at the beginning of the race, Blue is 3-0 in the tournament right now. Viz is 2-1. So if Viz does end up winning this, both these guys will be 3-1, which is a pretty good position going into round 5.
Blue forgot to get his shade for a second.
Uh-oh. I see Blue saying, "Gosh, I'm so bad" in chat. I'm scared for this Hornet 2 fight. I mean, it's starting really well. Okay, I shouldn't have said anything. But a couple nice doubles at the start. A lot of doubles from Blue. It's a pretty fast fight, but also pretty dangerous. You can see him only at 3 HP right now. 2 HP. I'm scared. It's a good fight, though. Like, it's actually a fast fight. It's just so dangerous. Ah. Oh.
And he gets a...
Blue actually baiting us in chat. Viz getting hit by the RNG Gruzzer dropping or something. I don't know what that's called. The chat was about the first fight. Yeah, I expect so. I mean, it's really rough in these races to die at all unintentionally, much less to die to something like Hornet 2 late in the fight where you're losing, again, literally minutes. You can see Viz is like a split and a half ahead of Blue at this point.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. Especially with Hornet 2, which is such a fast-paced boss. Sometimes it's hard to keep it under control.
Yeah, Hornet 2 definitely known as one of the harder fights in all skills. And you hate to see it in a race. Like, you don't want to see anyone die unintentionally in a race. But in a way, the fact that they can die and the fact that it is a live race, you know, as opposed to just a speedrun, is kind of what makes it exciting. Knowing that, you know, people could die at any point. I mean, Blue could still theoretically win this race. Viz could die to Umu, Viz could die to Dark Room, Viz could die to Sibling Climb. Like, that's kind of the fun of a race versus speedrun, where you're not just resetting if something goes the slightest bit wrong.
You get to see all the goofs and experience them live.
All the goofs. That was a really early last nail hit, and yeah, Viz doesn't get 2 cycle, so maybe the beginning of Blue's comeback. For those who don't know, the way you get 1 cycle on that, as I'm sure Viz knows, just messed up a little, is delaying that last nail hit a little bit more. You need that nail to push Umu into the wall. You could see Viz just barely was not able to do that. Umu was still on screen before he shot the first fireball, so he didn't double. Maybe Viz just wanted more soul, you never know.
No one ever messes up. It's all intentional.
Blue similarly struggling with this King's Pass climb. Kind of annoying movements. A lot of those walls in King's Pass not really sharing the hitbox that you'd think they do.
With some of the rocky surfaces, it can be like that sometimes.
So yeah, you can see, I mean, the sync up did happen recently at Hornet 2, so the timer's pretty close together, and Viz is just about a split ahead here, getting Monomon while Blue gets Cyclone Slash. So I'd guess about 3 minutes differential between them. Maybe a little bit less, actually. I'm trying to think, because I think any percent Umu split is like 2 minutes, but that's Umu, not Monomon. And 1 cycle's gonna subtract from that, but Monomon instead of Umu will add, I don't know, I can't do math. Like 2 to 3 minutes. Viz with the absolute, actually, what muscle memory is that? Well, he goes left side, you'd love to see this. What muscle memory would C-dash there? 1 of 6, maybe? I mean, TE Dreamgate's out. Oh, any percent, duh. What am I doing? Yeah, it's definitely any percent memory. Was gone for a while. What happened to Blue? Blue died to Hornet 2 without taking the Hornet 2 bench, and then his second fight went well. He killed Hornet 2 pretty quickly, actually. But he did take the bench the second time, so lost a little more time to that, actually. Fortunately for him being Blue, Viz did 1 cycle Umu. Viz did not 1 cycle Umu. So he could make up a little bit of time there, but it's going to be really rough to make a comeback at this point, 40 minutes into the race.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that could really realistically bring it together is if Viz were to die somewhere.
And yeah, Viz mentioning in chat right now, maybe a little bit of a spoiler for what happens at Umu here. He says he's going to not finish the race, which, with the death to Hornet, I assume this is going to be a death to Umu, or maybe just missed one cycle. I'm not sure. It's understandable. We'll let Vinish? Yeah, that's a thing. We'll let Viz finish out the race, of course. I don't think he's on PB pace. Yeah, there's your death from Blue. But just for integrity, I suppose, we'll see what Viz's final time is. Worth mentioning Blue's Umu, yeah, and Blue reset his timer as well. Blue's Umu looked kind of maybe another example of messed up muscle memory. It did not look like, or he tried to get more soul than he needed. I'm not sure. But it looked really weird the way he was leading Umu around that first cycle. But yeah, GG to Blue, hearts to Blue, 3-1, still a good score in the race. And I know all skills is something he hasn't been focusing too much on recently, so no shame in that. Literally everything about that run. I mean, the silver lining here for Blue. You're saying literally everything about that run was horrible. You were like 20 seconds behind at Watcher Knights halfway through the run, and Viz has a 50xx. So like, that's something to be happy about, because I know some stuff before Watcher Knights you weren't too happy with. It's better than most of us could do. True that.
Oh, this C-dash is nice.
Yep. Viz's movement looking pretty practiced for this. There were some kind of weird things in Great Slash I wasn't mentioning, because, you know, Blue's Death to Umu takes priority there, but so far this Wraith split has looked very good.
That does not look like there should be a wall there.
Nope. And yet here we are. Nice shade. So we'll see if Viz does third cycle left or right. This is setting up for left, yeah. So this is a slightly older strat. Viz actually finishes the arena faster than if you went right on the third cycle. The difference being it takes him longer to get to the gate because he's on that left side of the arena. But again, it's one of those things, if you already know that strat and you're comfy with that strat, why risk, you know, messing up everything entirely just to save a second or a fraction of a second or something? What happened to Blue? Yeah, go ahead.
If you already know a strat, that's fairly good. There's really not too much of a point learning a harder or less consistent strat, even if it's a little bit faster.
Yep, and that holds exceptionally true for longer categories or people that are farther from record. With something like all skills, or especially any percent, but that's kind of it's beyond what people are capable of. With something like all skills, with Viz having a mid-50 at this point, maybe something he'd want to consider, but again, like, it's his choice. It misses the underplat, unfortunately. It's his choice what strats he wants to employ and what strats he doesn't. There you go.
Oh, that's what you meant by QG, underplat. I was not aware of what you were talking about.
Yeah, I actually do it with dash wings. I go further than what Viz does and dash, and you don't hit the spikes. And then you use wings, intentionally bonk on the platform, and then hit the spikes and hazard respawn. Which, to be honest, I don't even know if that's faster than doing it normally. But it's fun.
And isn't that what the game's all about?
No, speedrunning's not about fun.
Ah, you're right. It's about suffering.
Mm-hmm. Viz with, like, a record number of inventory opens and closes in that room, but he gets through it without any hard falls. Hey, he knows that dash, too. Imagine being good at the game. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind.
It is fortunate that they only have to go through three rooms of Dark Deep Nest, and even then, you don't really have to go through them too much.
Not using a nail art there? Dude. Oh, disappointment. So, I'm hoping for the sake of the race... Oh, Viz gets it with 2 fireballs, ends up doubling one of them, I guess. Yeah, I would have had to double, right? Am I dumb? I think that has to double.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah. For the sake of the race, I hope Viz doesn't get any untimely deaths. Kind of elongate the race. I'll check what his PB is to see if he's on close to PB pace, but with a 50-35, I mean, you need such a good run. I just doubt he's going to get it in a race. Nothing bad against him, just like getting a 50XX is already so hard, much less doing it in a race.
When you can't reset when you're doing bad in the beginning, it's kind of harder to be motivated to do well later on.
Yeah, yeah. So Viz's... Oh my god, this is such low quality. Internet, please! I can't read Viz's time, dude. Where's the settings? Hold on. YouTube strats. I don't want 360p. Why is that the highest quality? Viz, what are you doing? Dude, I can't read the time. It's also a white-on-white background. It looks like a 44-13 in his PB for Hera. I think. And a 46... Dude, I don't know. 46-45 in his Shade Cloak? Hold on, there's a better way to do this. Search in all skills from Viz. Okay, yes, this is much better. His Shade Cloak time is a 46-31. So we can compare to that in terms of PB. But he's already at 46-31, actually, right now. So yeah, probably not going to PB. Still very possibly a 51, although that's... Yeah, I think this is a 51. I don't know. Imagine knowing timings. What happened to Blue's timer? So Blue reset, forfeited moreover than reset. Just because he died to Hornet 2, died to Umu. It would have been very rough for him to come back. Viz would have had to make a plethora of mistakes. And it's upsetting when stuff like that happens. So understandably, he decided to just call it quits. I don't know, I'm trying to say... I don't think it's a bad thing what Blue did, to be clear. I think it's fine if you want to forfeit if you're very far behind. But I'm trying to like use the word forfeit and call it quits and stuff like that, which has a bad connotation. I'm not trying to speak any ill of Blue here.
Yeah, there wasn't really much that he could have done.
Yeah, I mean, with where Blue was, I mean, even if he comsobs everything past Umu, unless Viz makes a bunch of mistakes, and by mistakes I mean deaths, he's still not going to beat Viz in the race. I just couldn't bring myself to finish it. I understand that. I understand. How much Blue, if you don't mind me asking? This is like a before the race is over interview, I suppose. How much have you been doing all skills recently? I don't know if recently you've been focusing more on 112 or if you've done practice before the races, but we definitely noticed earlier in the race, and I'm sure you heard some of the muscle memory stuff seemed to be an issue. Not much at all, yeah. Yeah, understandable. This is an interesting strat from Viz. Normally you see that guy either hit with a nail art and then 2 nail hits, or hit him once, Shade Cloak, hit him again, and C-dash. Viz decides to dash the whole way, which is slower, but it does get him one more hit of soul, I suppose. Done some practice before each race, yeah. Makes sense.
And there's a Bishriek, which means we're just running up to THK, right?
Yep, it's going to be Abyss Climb. I mean, technically a lot of people have 2 more splits, THK Scream and THK, but you're right, it's just THK. 48-35, Viz enters this room. We'll see what time he leaves, how good his Abyss Climb is. I thought he was going to hit that spike for sure. Misses the wings. Yeah, this is not the cleanest, but no big mistakes yet, actually. Some scary stuff, though.
It's crazy how you can pogo up some of the weirdest spiked surfaces.
Yeah, the pogos. I mean, if you watch these abyss climbs, especially if you go to like the IL abyss climb, it's insane what these people can do. And at 49.10, so a 35-second climb. That's actually quite good. I thought that was slower, but shows what I know. Was the G Husk fall intentional? I assume the Gorgeous Husk fall wasn't intentional. Blue with their reroute on the fly, skipping Gorgeous Husk. Imagine Pisces actually has rerouted like all skills to be a minute faster, but he's saving it for the finals of the race, and then he just pulls out some crazy route. I believe. So yeah, you can. I know chat's telling Viz to kill my luck because it's something Viz likes to do. I really respect what Viz is doing here, which is just like, Blue isn't having too good of a time. Let's just finish the race, finish the run. Maybe still a 51, and yeah, you're not supposed to see dash that far, Viz. That is definitely some ILing coming into play there. Some debug mod.
Alright, it's time for Abyss Shriek the boss.
Yeah, the only time you use Abyss Shriek in this run, huh? Pretty good start, a couple dashes, but Viz handles it okay. And all these Abyss Shrieks are hitting pretty much everything. I say good job as he dashes right. It's a shame he actually has too much soul here, because he can't really use it to get too much damage off. If he dashed left, that might have been a lot better. Still finds another Abyss Shriek here, an unfortunate parry, but it doesn't matter as much as some other categories. We mostly don't want to see dashes in this. This is the perfect attack. Viz can just spam Abyss Shriek if he wants. Or this attack, also very good. You can go behind him and spam Abyss Shriek. I'm surprised he didn't use one more. Yeah, I think if he just used one more Abyss Shriek there instead of going for the Scream Skip, THK dies, but I mean, either way, the Scream Skip doesn't lose too much time. Plus, adds some swag, and a nice 51 from Viz in the end can be like a mid-low 51. Do we get to 30? What do you think? I think no. Yeah. There. It's technically mid-low. It's lower than halfway through the 51.
Yeah.
So actually, I never even pulled up commentary controls here. My bad. Because we never needed to switch audio. Let me get that real quick. Switch audio and mark winner. Done. Done. So these guys should be getting an invite pretty soon. It's up to them if they want to join the post-match interview. I'm sure we'd like to hear from both of them, but Blue, if you don't want to, that's understandable. No, he's in here. Cool. Join whenever. Hey guys.
What's up?
Oh, Blue, I'm sorry, brother.
Yikes. GG's Viz.
GG, man. I definitely know how just absolute soul crushing a Hornet 2 death can be, because it's just that, I don't know, it feels like that fight either goes super well or it just goes catastrophic, and there's like no in between.
Yeah, I just am not very, I think understandably and very noticeably, I wasn't very happy with my run. Even in the early game, I feel like I just played everything horribly. And yeah, then I died to Hornet 2, and well, then I was so salty about that, so that I died to Umu somehow. And then I decided to just call it quits, because yeah, like there was no way I wanted to finish that. I was just not in a mentality to do so.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Palm said what I was already thinking, like, because I obviously have the chat up and I can hear the commentators, and I heard him say, like, I mean, you kept saying how everything was going horribly wrong, and you were 20 seconds behind.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't that far behind.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, after Hornet 2 death, like I definitely understand. You just feel like you're fighting an unwinnable battle.
Yeah. And then the classic of the second time around getting really good RNG.
Yeah, you got to 1 HP on that fight, but you like hit every double. Like that fight must have been so quick.
It was pretty quick, yeah. Yeah.
And for all the people that were spamming go kill Myla, I wanted, so I obviously people know I like to kill Myla, but I like, especially if my opponent like forfeits or something, like then I'm not gonna like, I feel like it's more, I just feel better about like, oh, let me see what the best time I can get is, because I feel like it makes like you can make your opponent feel better, like, oh, at least I lost to a 51, like
Yeah.
so like I wanted to finish the run with as fast a time as I can, and I'll go kill her. It's fine.
No, don't do it. Please.
Don't do it.
This reminded me actually, Viz, of you had an 80% NMG race, like probably years ago now, where you had a similar thing. There was like a really hyped up match between you and Scurry, and then I think Scurry didn't take the King Station bench at 80% and died to Watcher Knights.
Yeah,
dude, it's so rough. It's rough to calm. It's rough to watch. It's rough to like be on either side of that too.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated because I hated that he died to Watch Knights without the bench. I hated that Chernomi forgot to bench at Crossroads. I hated that Fire died to Mantis Pogo. Like, I was like, no, guys, I don't want you guys. I want a better match, please. And then I guess I got my wish in the finals. But no, I obviously you never want to see your opponent like if anything, I want my opponent to PB. Like, I guess in a perfect world, my opponent would PB and I would still win. Is like the most like, because it's like I would feel the least bad. You know what I mean? It's like at least you got a PB, but like, and then it was a good match. Like that's what I want. But yeah, it happens. I was wondering, Blue, because I kept seeing like on the days leading up to this, I was running 80%. That's why I messed up a couple times. Like how Palm was like, what category do you even see that Shed of Archives? I was like, the one I was just running 2 days ago. What do you mean?
What do you think?
Yeah. But no, I kept seeing that you posted like a 112 live split, and you posted like something else. What was it?
80%.
Yeah, 80%. I was like,
Elder Bug percent. I've been running like 5 different categories.
I was like, Blue, as the person in the community that probably knows the best about swapping around categories, I think you're gonna need to practice for this race, my dude. I know it happens.
Yeah, evidently I did not practice enough.
It's all good.
Yeah,
I definitely know the struggle.
Motivating, honestly, but you know, it happens, and I feel like this tournament is not over for me. If I win my next match, I can still make top 16 comfortably. I just have to practice.
It's even possible for you to lose and still make top 16.
That's true.
Yeah, 4, 3, and 2s will go through.
I just have to learn my lesson pretty much and do the next one a bit better.
Yeah, and I mean, I said it kind of during the race, but respect for how you handle it too, Blue, because it's really easy to be like, screw this, close chat, close stream, walk away, like, go get some food or something. I respect you hanging in there.
I don't think anybody would have judged you regardless if you were just like, I'm melted off the earth, nobody wants to hear me talk right now, I'm walking away from this freaking computer. But no, respect to hanging in there. I tried to finish as fast as I could for you.
getting a run within a minute of your PB, especially at your level, is really impressive, and I think that's you did really great. So
also shout out Palm for being the first person to like stop memeing on me as far as boom. Like you memed on me the respectable amount. You were like, oh, he does this thing, that's dumb, but like whatever. But like what you said, I don't remember exactly when in the race, but you said exactly what I was thinking. I was like, thank you, finally. You were like, if you've done something for years and there's a strat that's like slightly less consistent in your eyes, or it's like just a little bit faster, but it's like, why would I waste? Like I just don't want to. I don't want to go practice something to save 0.5 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, especially when I have other stuff I need to work on more. There are definitely a bunch of parts, and also, you said exactly what I have been thinking. It was like, that's all well and good until you get to the point where I'm at, where I'm like, 45 seconds away from record. So now I have to actually like.
Yeah, I was gonna say that if you're looking for like sub 50 or for record, you probably need to actually figure out.
And that's the thing. Is I don't consider myself going for record. I do want a lower 50, but after the tournament's over, I'm not running this category anymore. So I'll try to get that while the tournament's still going on, and then after I'm done.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't have
GG's,
any.
Blue.
GG's.
Sorry, bud.
It's all right.
Definitely happens.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't know if either of the runners do, or if Retro, if you have any questions.
Well, thank you guys for coming last second.
No
Yeah,
problem.
both
Such
of you
comms.
signed up and helped us out with that. There were no comms signed up until like 2 hours before.
Sorry for the 2 false starts. I can't believe I had bug open. I totally wasn't paying attention at all. And then someone in chat was like, "Did he mean to have debug?" I was like, "Oh my!" I pressed F1 and the menu came. I was like, "Oh no."
Oh,
Yeah, comms have been weird. Comms were like round 1 and 2, like you could not
couldn't
sign
get
up
it.
for a comm if you
Yeah,
tried.
you couldn't get it. And now it's like, "Hey, there's a race in 25 minutes. Does anybody have an hour and a half to spare?"
Yeah, it's like a 3-0 versus a 2-1 race too. It's not like, like some really low race that no one wants to comm or something. It's like, it's Viz versus Blue. This is an actual race.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. Blue, thanks for hanging in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too. All right.
GG.
I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
So
Bye, everyone. Have a nice night /
Bye.
day. I don't know what time zones you all are in. Yeah, I'll see ya.
later.
Bye, everyone.